I used to think burnout was for people who hated their jobs, but I loved what I was building. Crypto for the culture, fintech for Africans. We had users in 5 countries. A shout out on Tech Cabal, even one investor from the UK talking big game. But still, I couldn't breathe. I'd wake up, heartbeats already sprinting, eyes open, chest tight. By 7 a.m., I'm at my desk pretending like I'm okay, on Slack, on calls, on vibes. Nobody noticed when I stopped replying in the group chat, or when I turned off my camera, or when my tweets started sounding like they were written by someone else. I thought maybe it was just Lagos. Maybe I was tired. Maybe I needed a win. So I started going to church again. This new gen church my guy invited me to, LED screens, smoke machines. The pastor wore Balenciagas and quoted scripture like TED Talks. And he was saying all the right things. God is about to lift somebody in this room. Don't hold back your tithe. You're one seed away from your breakthrough. It felt like maybe this was what I needed, a spiritual refresh, a reset. So I gave that patayram, then 50K, then 100K. And every time I gave, I waited for that thing to shift, that lightness, that clarity, that blessing. But it didn't come. Meanwhile, the pastor pulled up in a new G Wagon. I tried to talk to him once after service, told him I was struggling, told him I didn't feel like myself anymore. He smiled and said, "That's the enemy attacking your mind. So again, God will silence him." And something about that they broke me because I realized I wasn't being seen. I was being sold hope, hope with a price tag. Weeks went by. I stopped coding. I stopped replying clients. I started sleeping on the floor because my bed felt too loud. And then I started hearing it, this low hum. At first, I thought it was my inverter. But even when NEPA brought light, it stayed. It lived in my ears, in my chest. One day, I opened my banking app to send tithe, but I paused. I just stared at the screen. My hand was shaking. So I shut my laptop, packed all the tithe receipts I had printed. Because, yeah, I was printing them like I was going to claim them on Judgment Day. And I burned them on every last one. And that hum, it screamed like something inside me died or maybe woke up. The next day, I got a call. It was the investor from the UK. They were ready to fund us, full round. And I don't know why. I lied. I told him I'd shut the company down. He said, "Why? You got traction." I said, "Because I'm not real." He laughed, thought I was being humble. But I wasn't. I wasn't real. Half the code on that app was ChatGPT and vibes. My co founder quit months ago. I'd been building on fumes and screenshots. And the worst part? I don't think I want to be found. That night, I went back to the church, walked straight to the front during prayer. The pastor saw me and smiled. He said, "You've returned." I said, "I brought a seed." And I handed him my flash drive. He looked confused. I said, "It's everything. My app, my decks, my users." You said God wanted it all. He opened his mouth to talk, but I was already walking out. That was 3 days ago. I haven't eaten since, but for the first time in months, I feel full.